Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. Apologies about all the technical difficulties so far. However, they should all be sorted out now. And once these guys finish bashing up on each other, because they've been very kind and very patient, and thank you to all the players for bearing with us temporarily, we will be getting into our proper matches for the evening. So I'm not sure what you can currently see on your screen, but I can guarantee you Thotslayer will not be playing Swamp Thing, and Castiel probably won't be playing Superman either. And hopefully we should be straight back into it. And Mari, we saw the characters that we're going to pick before. What are your thoughts once again on Deadshot, Ivy? What are the matchup numbers? What do you think they need to both be looking out for?
It's going to be an interesting one. Both characters can zone, but of course Deadshot probably the king of zoning right now in Injustice 2. It's going to be a bit difficult on Thotslayer's end. If he does decide to go with Ivy, he's going to have to work his way in. He's not going to be able to start up his own zoning game against Deadshot just because of how quick Deadshot's projectiles are. Ivy's going to have to get in and start mixing Deadshot and keep pressure on him in the corner, hopefully. If she can get a knockdown mid-screen, she could potentially set up her trait and start zoning them, but it's a dangerous game just because of how quick Deadshot's projectiles are. And her trait does go away on hit, so it's going to be interesting to see.
Yeah, definitely. And what is Ivy, for someone who's not particularly, I don't know Ivy as well as you do, what are your thoughts on her close-up game? Yeah, I mean, what are her mix-ups like? Does she have good pressure? What are your overall thoughts?
She has decent pressure. The strength of her mix-up game comes from the fact that she has several strings that start off either mid or high and go into a low and end in an overhead, and she has a special that is a low, so she can mix with the overhead enders in her strings and the low specialty, so you can keep your opponent on their toes that way.
I see, and as you can see, already back into it. Castiel did snag up that first hit and almost sitting on 3 bars already. Thotslayer doesn't actually have any bar himself and only sitting on about half bar now. As you know, Ivy doesn't do a lot, and that's what you said before, Mari. Just gets tagged with a gunshot and the trait already going away. And here we go, Deadshot into the 50-50 mix now. And just a really good block tech coming out from Castiel. Just like this, you can see all the mix-ups coming out from him. And what can Ivy do against the back 1-2 up 3 on block? Not a lot.
I don't think she can do much of anything. No, it's hard to say because if she tried to use her mid to punish that, I believe she'd get tagged by the straight shot afterwards. So.
Yeah, I guess maybe she could meet a burn forward 3, but even then I have no idea. I feel like this isn't a very good matchup for Ivy, and as you can see, Castiel now just absolutely taking that life bar with ease. And what's the adjustment you think he has to make?
Thotslayer is really trying to rush his way in. You see he's just getting hit by the zoning really. Well, the meter burn roll in, that was very nice.
Yeah, really good stuff. And I like how he decided to go for the trait instead of just go for damage. However, it does actually stand up a little bit early, and that trait is going away on hit. And now you can see Thotslayer once again back in the situation he doesn't want to be, guessing on a 50-50. Fantastic neutral jump coming out from Castiel, and I like that clash on the fireball coming out from Thotslayer.
Why rush the climax?
Yeah, you can see he tried to wake up with the high command grab there, and Castiel just sussed it out and jumped straight over it.
Yeah, I like Castiel's use of. He uses all 4 bars there, so Thotslayer loses his clash as well. It takes an additional bit of damage as well. So really smart stuff coming out from Castiel, the champion. Do we expect anything less, however?
Probably not at this point.
Oh, but here we go. Thotslayer trying to actually get something started now. Gets the trade out, and like you said, the bark skin takes reduced damage and chip as well, or is it just chip?
Completely removes chip and reduces damage.
Oh wow, really good stuff. How can he get the life bar? No, he can't. Fantastic stuff from Castiel using the step back shot, and that is going to be Cass taking the first game. What's the adjustment he needs to make, or do you think maybe he needs to go into...
Maybe it is a case of character select. It might be. I don't think Ivy does particularly well in this matchup. It's not unwinnable by any stretch, but you do need to be patient as you do against Deadshot with most characters in the game, but it depends whether he wants to try and play a bit more patient or if he wants to go for a character that has some better options against what Deadshot does.
Yeah, definitely. So do you, on that topic, what are your thoughts? Do you reckon there is actually any unwinnable matchups in this game? I don't think there is.
I don't feel like any character, but here's the thing with the balance of characters in this game. The top characters, like the top 3 characters, they aren't too much of a stretch above, say, like the mid-tier characters. Not as much as we've seen in previous games anyway.
Yeah, definitely. There's no, I don't know, Cyrax Katana matchups, for example. But here we go into the second game. Castiel is sitting on that Deadshot against Slayer. Just actually gets caught with a raw back one, and that's going to be Castiel now sitting full screen. I like how he activated the blue tray. He just wants to keep Ivy out. He knows that Ivy does really well in this kind of range. And however, Thotslayer thought he was going to build the bar, so he decided to go for the drill, not the meatless burn. And as a result, can't actually get the full combo. Manages to get the trade out, however, and this is really good for him. But Castiel does get the trade on the low drill, and that's going to be make enough to make that trait go away. It's really difficult for Ivy to use that trait in this matchup, isn't it, Byron?
Yeah, it's unfortunate because it goes away on hit like that. You really have to be careful not to trade in the zoning war. It's kind of where she struggles against strong zoners like Deadshot played.
Yeah, however, I actually find that Fate really struggles against Deadshot as well. Like, Fate is a character who's designed to be fully zoning, and you can't do anything against Deadshot. So, in my honest opinion, there's no real point to playing Fate over Deadshot at this point of the game.
It is hard to compete with the speed of his projectiles at this point.
Yeah, definitely. And even then, like, if Fate gets trades on straight shots, it's actually in his favor, just because they do more damage. But it's getting that initial hit that's actually really difficult. But here we go now, just Castiel playing at that range that he really wants to be. It has the blue trade out as well to keep him pushed away. Can't actually get the whiff punch, but Thotslayer, once again, decided to go for the drill, probably just to get some chip, maybe instead. Oh, and goes for a bark skin. Is that an input error, or is that some kind of gimmick I haven't seen before?
It could potentially be an input error.
Oh, is it one of those weird inputs because of this game? But here we go, he actually gets the combo. Gets the trade out. Is that a safe trade there, Mari?
Yeah, there are safe trade setups. I'm not sure if that is one. I haven't used that one in particular, but there are safe trade setups.
Oh, fantastic. But here we go in the corner now. Really good use of the interactable Thotslayer. Making an adjustment. Has a very big life deficit, but it is still in this. Managing to take the first life bar. Let's see how it goes. Is Thotslayer Infinite Fake color? I don't think so. I feel like Infinite Fake would use his
No, I feel like it's Infinite Fake.
Yeah, I agree. Because I know that Infinite Fake can also play different characters.
Yeah.
Oh, but here we go. Fantastic meter burn roll. Do you like this clash coming out from Castiel here? Really early.
I mean, he's got the bar to spend. He might as well do it. He's going to have one, and Thotslayer has nothing.
Yeah, true.
That's the great thing about Deadshot. When he uses his clutch like that, it sends his opponent back to full screen, which is where he wants him. So might as well use it if he's got the bar to do it.
Yeah, exactly. As well now, actually dealt damage as well because Thotslayer. Here we go. Uses the interactable as well. Gets the full back three as well. Really difficult to do with some of these characters in this game with those interactions. Have to tag it a little bit weirdly. As you can see now, Castiel just trying to zone him out once again. Thotslayer, I like the patience, but is going to get tagged with the fire bullet, and as a result, is going to die on chip to the low shot. And I do like the adjustment from Thotslayer. However, it's like you said before, Mario, it is a very difficult matchup. She can't play her own game.
Yeah, we saw something really smart there at the end of the game there from Thotslayer. Despite the loss he just took, he used the bark skin right there at the end of his combo, and if you were watching closely, you could see that it completely negated all the chip from the meter burn low rifle that Deadshot did. So
yeah, I saw that.
Unfortunately, didn't have enough life to make a comeback after that, but yeah.
I thought it must have been a graphical glitch or something, but yeah, really smart stuff. So do you think maybe the bark skin might be key in this matchup?
It would be really key, actually. The problem is actually getting it on Ivy in the first place. It has a lot of recovery frames, so doing it in between the straight gunshots is not an option.
Oh, okay. So, and I'm assuming that he has to then just get the hit into a setup, but the difficult part then is actually getting the hit because it's Deadshot.
Yeah, absolutely.
Here we go though. Castiel, I like how he changes it up though. Occasionally he'll just run in and go for 50-50s, and he's more also content just staying back and going, for zoning. And as you can see now, can't actually get the full combo, however, just drops a little bit of the ender. But now once again, back in that range he does not want to be. Activates a fire trade as well. I like how he's switching up his use of trade as well. Too many players either forget about Deadshot's trade or they just go for the one thing. But it does actually get a full combo this time. Into the corner, 147 damage into a trade setup. Do you think prioritizing trade over bark skin in this matchup is worth it?
Well, if he has the even amount of life at this point, it's probably worth going for the trade just to get that chip in the corner and you can start working him down on his life lead. So.
Definitely, and here we go now into the full combo. Does actually get the corner conversion into the trade as well. Goes for a low drill, does actually manage to duck under and actually gets a full jump in. This could be enough. Is he going to be able to get the full damage? I like how the trade's not actually doing anything. Or drops the end of the combo, but blocks the end, but does actually tag him with a down one. That is going to be Thotslayer, taking a very, not decisive, but definitely an adjustment on that first life bar.
Yeah, and this is where Ivy wants to be in this matchup, mixing her opponent in the corner. She has some nice resets off the command grab, the meter burn command grab. She has some nice standard resets off her plus range.
Yeah, definitely. I did actually go off and play a little bit of Ivy after this, and I put a lot of time into her, but then Red Hood came out, so I'm sorry, I think I'm leaving because of Red Hood, but that is going to be Castiel spending the bar. Life very even at the moment, but Castiel does have that meter advantage, but even if we talk about meter advantage, it's Deadshot. He's always got bar.
Yeah, absolutely. It's one of those matchups where just so many of Ivy's tools that are usually so good in a lot of other matchups are just negated completely because of what Deadshot's able to do. Getting the drills out, getting the trade out, and signing up that zoning game that Ivy likes to do, it's really difficult.
Yeah, I do like Ivy as a character though. She's much more of a unique zoner than some of the other characters in this game. When I first saw her low drills, I thought it was very Quan Chi-esque, but even so, I like the character a lot. But I really like Castiel's use there of the push block. He just wants to keep that space, as you said, just play this full screen game where Ivy's really struggling.
Yeah, you can see he's really utilising all of his tools to keep Ivy away, using the push block, using Clash in the last game, the pushback on mid-bone low rifle right there. It's insane.
Yeah, definitely. And guess the trader, I'm not sure again if I like this use of trait. Like, I mean, yes, it's good as you said on chip, but do you feel like maybe you should be using that time to try and close distance instead?
I think he's just trying to keep pressure on Castiel at this point. I mean, either he's going to sit at range and have to duck the gunshots, or he can do some chip damage and keep the pressure on. Does get the command grab though. Nice early clash from Castiel.
Yeah, and once again, I do like how Castiel's using his clash. He's just using it, in this case, offensively. You know, the 2 bars there, he's actually going to get his health back. He's now sitting, what, 3/4 screen, and what can Thotslayer do? Exactly, it just goes for the low gunshot, not a lot left, doesn't have the bar skin out either, so he's taking all this chip, and that is going to be Thotslayer jumping straight into a down 4-2, and that is going to be Castiel taking the first set convincingly with a 3-0.
Deadshot wins.
Yeah, absolutely. He played that really well too. You can see during the whole set, using push block, using all of his tools to keep Thotslayer away, making it so hard for him to get in. We could see moments there where Thotslayer did manage to get in, and he had Castiel in the corner. He was really getting that corner mix going. Just wasn't able to keep it up, unfortunately.
Yeah, and I really like how both players are able to switch their playstyles up. And I think that's what I really like about characters. When I'm looking for a character, I want that ability to change between, a full screen game into then, maybe a close-up game or whatever.
Absolutely.
And I feel like Ivy really, you would know better than I do, but really kind of fits that as well as Deadshot, obviously. But Deadshot's just ridiculous.